Okay, so nobody's getting the truth from the mainstream media, folks. It's well past time to open your eyes, your ears, and your mind. Do your own research because something isn't right here. And if you can't see that, you are not paying attention, folks.
It's the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. Now that's back from high school algebra, but let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
The important message that we need Australians to get vaccinated as quickly as possible. In line with that, I do encourage all Australians to please go and book your vaccinations as soon as you can if you haven't already done so.
Emma, get away!
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
Okay, we need to stand up against this tyranny, folks. Stop giving away your freedoms and liberties, because the more you give up, the more these people will take until you have absolutely nothing left. That's their agenda. Well, I just saw a comment in there on Morse code. Good evening, people. How are you? Yeah, look out, eh? So Microsoft has gone down. I probably don't need to tell anyone. We can see our numbers are down across all the platforms or whatever you call them. Ken Baran, he can get in. Look, anyway, yeah. Anyway, what's that say about your old digital wallet, Ken? You know, and your digital ID, and you know the way that maybe your side of the fence would like to take us in this war, mate. You know, so again, I think it's a big eye opener for have a dig at you, Ken. Yeah, it's a big eye opener for cash guys and for what we're doing. We've got a couple of clips on the show tonight, just to show that these digital wallets that they are forcing you into are not a great thing. You know, cards, okay, a bit of plastic money, but if the banks go down, you've just seen today, this is around the world too, guys, all right? This is, I was in a space a while ago. This is in America. We got all planned. So the US has grounded the planes. We've got planes delayed here, some getting grounded. No Foxtel. No this, no that, no, you know, we may have a clip in here that's everything that is down. But yeah, look, guys, there's two ways to look at this, isn't there? You know what I mean? Now, who owns this company called, what is it? Oh,
Crowd something. Yeah,
Crowd something. Anyway, I've forgotten already. Okay, because I didn't write it down in front of me. But anyway, this this mob is owned by BlackRock, Vanguard and State Street. There it is. What is it? CrowdStrike. That's it. Sorry, guys. All right. So it's owned by the cabal. All right. And then the three directors that I quickly looked up, well, two of them would have what we may call that sort of name, guys, you know, that leads them back to something. So anyway, the Kazarian Mafia, maybe. Anyway, here's one from True Blue. Off TikTok. BJ's a legend with what he does out there on TikTok, mate. But True J here. Hey, Adelaide is in a complete systems down. 3 p.m. today. It hit shops, servos, FPOS completely down. Looks like a ghost town. Only cash sales available if shop is open. 99% of servos banks are closed. The time is close, mate. We're getting there, guys. All right, we're getting there. We're getting somewhere up the road. All right, every day that passes, every week, we're at Friday again. All right, so yeah, we just see where this takes us to, and see where we come out. But everyone's got a bit of cash for the weekend, have you? I hope you have. This is where we'll see whether people are half prepared or half not prepared. You know, because if this goes down for the weekend, guys, I mean, you know, who's got a pocket full of cash? Don't come down here. Me and Mel get a nude house. Anyway, let's see what happens. Okay, we got a few things what's going on around the joint. Okay, so yeah, sorry, crowd strike, guys. So look, again, let the dust settle, but this is US, New Zealand, Australia. Okay, so I don't know if it's gone into Europe or anything yet. I haven't got that far, but obviously something to watch, and interesting. Now, the Hungarian Prime Minister's blunt response when asked what more Europe can do to tackle migration, and Edith Blunt tells the new, whoops, my computer, yeah, bluntly tells the New World Order to, you know, more or less have a go at this. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban gave a blunt four-word response when he was asked what Europe can do to take migration. 47, member of European political summit at Blenheim Palace on Thursday, and promised to repair ties with European countries. So he's saying, yeah, we won't be carrying on with the crap that you want to come up with your migration and that, guys. So we know there's a few people standing up out there. I think the one to watch actually is Ireland. We'll probably have a few clips in on Ireland, or at least one, because yeah, I think that's a key point, guys. We're going to watch how they deal with Ireland. Now, Ireland's tough. I told you months and months and months ago when they started on Ireland why they would start on Ireland. All right, and I'm telling you, them guys are tough, man. The Irish, when they dig their heels in, will have a go. So I think that's another planned thing. You know, they'll be the litmus paper to see what it takes. And they'll go, if I can knock over the Irish, those piss weak Aussies, they'll be easy as shit, you know. Well, guess what? No, we're not. But we're waiting our turn, and we're ready to stand. All right, fierce weather warnings for millions around Australia. All right, guys, we've been told we are going to have a pretty bleak weekend. Let's just see what happens there. Okay, your e-scooters, guys, all right. They brought them in for everyone to have a bit of fun on. Now they're handing out $247 to $395 fines because they're going to legislate the e-scooters, and you can't ride them drunk anymore, having a good time down the harbour here like people do. If you haven't got your helmet on, that's worth $395. If you've got a pillion passenger on that hasn't got a helmet, it'll cost you $247, and your pillion passenger $395, and the list goes on, guys. So again, you know, the control's coming, guys. It's here. They you know, all right. Okay, what do we got here? Hang on, guys. Righto, I brought a few in here. This is the right, the backers who allowed John Setka to rise to ultimate power, right? And you'll find out that these people, you know, Sally McManus and a few others, you know, they were carrying on, you know, years ago about, you know, corruption and organized crime and all this and all that, and then they're the ones that have actually allowed John Setka and the unions to actually just run amok in Victoria, guys. And now what we see is who knows where it's going to go. But yeah, the building, the CMFEU in down in there is not good. Now, Dominic Perrone, he's taken up a position. I haven't found out what it is, but it's in the US. So again, he's going to leave the Australian Parliament after 13 years, probably keeps his retirement package. I don't know how this works, guys, but obviously there's some kickbacks for him. And yeah, he's going to head off to the US to probably sell us out on the black hat side. That would be what he would be doing. Now they're telling us we got a scientific breakthrough into Gulf War syndrome, and they reveal its cause. Well, we know its cause, you friggin' idiots. All right, it's all the jabs you're stuck into them. You know, the psychosis, you know, actually, you know, these guys waking up to the fact that, you know, they were just sent as chattel again. All right, there was no weapons of mass destruction or anything else over there in Iraq or anywhere else in these wars. All right, it was all about other things, guys. And at the end of the day, what's it about? It's all about money and power. Okay, so the Trump vice president still letting that, settle, guys. There's still a bit of dust to settle there yet around this guy, and people are looking at different stuff. But yeah, and then we got this Sun Cable. Okay, we've got this Sun Cable who is doing I've just lost it. It's doing the windmill stuff, guys, out there. Okay, and it's just a company that's just these guys have got to be looked into. Okay, they receive environmental back kicks, and they get this, they get that. You know what I mean? All to push this crap through, and we know it's not going to work. We showed you last night. I think it was a Milwaukee beach or beach over there somewhere. Anyway, in America with windmill blades all over the beach, and guys, we're the ones. All right, we got to get to our councils. We got to stop this stuff. We got to take it back. Okay, and that's your job. So let's see what the weekend brings, and we'll see how we go. All right, Cazz, let's come in and we'll hook into a few bits of news. How are you?
It's not actually, good, mate. Look, it's not actually you, Dave. Look, the Brumby star, Lachlan McCaffrey, unleashes over massive 400-hectare Wallaroo solar farm amid hush money claims. So they're there, and they don't want this ridiculous windmill farm next door to their property. So it's not just you. It's like everybody's starting to go, hang on a minute, we don't want these things here.
We don't. Right, guys, we got free energy just in the ether. All right, and this is what we got. All you homeowners out there, should be looking at it. If I could get off this show, you know what I'd be doing? If I had the time, guys, I'd be building little free energy units. That's what I'd be doing with me mate. All right, and we'd just be ripping them out and getting them out to people at a good price. You know what I mean? And watching people change their lives, mate. Imagine no electricity, guys. No electricity. Just don't have to pay for it anymore. All right.
So we've got
the biggest bill you're going to have is getting your mate round a grade 3 Sparky to cut the wires off your house because you don't need it anymore. That's your biggest bill. Anyway.
All right. So of course we've got Microsoft and CrowdStrike trending. And of course, we do have a video clip of what's going on, but everybody is aware of it now. But here's thank you, Margot Short, for this one. We've got catastrophic software outage. But what's really interesting about this is there was a Q drop about CrowdStrike. And what it says is, does CrowdStrike possess government capability to trace break-in route? Does CrowdStrike possess government capability read foreign intercepts? Possible layer, insert code 1 CrowdStrike to designate intruder. CrowdStrike bulk data collection. Very interesting. And it's also says CrowdStrike in kill brackets. So, and that's with regards to China. So it'll be very interesting because I'd say what will happen is the Anons will hit the board now and see what they can dig up with regards to that drop.
What happened was, see, China, and we're owned by that much Chinese influence now that they it was the AI. It rerouted it to Australia instead of China, you see, because they own us more than what they own their own country. That's freaking serious, guys. Excuse the French. You got no idea how much we've been sold out. It is just incredible. So there you go. It was an AI mistake. It should have hit China. It's hit Australia because we are little China at the moment. Hospital systems are down in some places. God bless anyone in a hospital. God bless anyone who was in a hospital anyway. But now a double God bless to anyone who's in a hospital. Okay.
It's not just that. It's also airlines. The ATMs, a lot of ATMs are down. And these are the same people that have been telling us that, we should get digital ID seriously.
Oh, yeah. Get a wallet.
All right.
Get a wallet.
And just on that, here is a really good clip on that.
This morning, how sometimes when you spend money on your bank, it pops up and says you've just spent blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so it comes up and said I spent $133.95 on this platform, this streaming platform, which I don't have an account with. So I contacted my bank and I said, look, listen, I'm disputing this transaction. I don't have an account with them. I haven't dealt with them for over 2 years. And I don't even know how they even managed to spend the money because I'd actually disputed a transaction a week ago, cancelled my card. The new card hasn't even arrived. And they actually looked at this transaction and said, no, it's coming from the new card. And I went, how? I haven't even activated the new card. It's only through my digital, through my phone, through the app. And then I download it to my wallet so I could get access to it, because I can't get access to my money without it being in my wallet until I get the card. And I said, well, how are they doing it? Anyway, it works out. If you download a key card or a debit card or a credit card to your wallet on your phone, it's a digital wallet. These apps can get access to it. And this is where all those other transactions I've been having time and time again the last couple of months is coming from. The bank never told me till today. So I now then am not downloading anything into my wallet. I'm deleting all cards from my wallet, and moving forward, just use your, if you're going to have to use your wallet, you have to use the key card, use your physical key card. Do not use it in your digital.
Or even better, use cash.
Use cash, guys. But this is what it's, this is what they're going to do, man. It's, the writing's there. They've already written the playbook for us. It's not rocket science. All right, we know what they're going to try and do. Okay, and they're going to do it unless you, kick up and we break their system back the other way. That's what they're going to do. For every person that gets involved, the stronger they become. So get the cash going.
That's it. All right. Amanda's done a breakdown, but this is actually really incredible. It's at the end of a long stream. What she's done is she's gone through all of the legislation, and then she's actually looked at what is said about it.
So the last thing I want to go over before we go to our comedy video
This is the freedom
is
of
what the Governor General has to say about what is the right to freedom of opinion and expression. Now, this is the Attorney General's website. We are only looking at government sites tonight, guys, and I'm proving a point here. No two areas agree. So, the right to freedom of opinion is the right to hold opinions without interference and cannot be subject to any exception or restriction. Right there. Everything that we've read tonight actually goes against this one sentence, and it's the very first sentence on the Attorney General's website.
So why hasn't the Attorney General done their job? Or, what's going on here, do you think, Dave?
No, I think they're paid off. I think they're all told what they got to do. The plan's in process. So, yeah, our job is to put the pressure on these guys to pull it up. Go on.
Yeah, no, I just think that it's really unusual that she's been through all of the legislation regarding the freedom of expression, and then he weighs in with something different. So anyway, all right, let's move along. Let's have a look at this one.
Today that Australia's ruling elites are using illegal drugs, because if they expect younger generations to fight in the upcoming global conflict while selling us out at every turn, they must be fucking high. With large-scale conflict, inflation and fascism on the rise around the world, anyone who has even heard of a book, let alone read one, understands what's coming. So if they expect people to fight only to come back to a nation where the gap between rich and poor is greater than ever, the gutting of Medicare, public transport, infrastructure and telecommunications, along with media and food monopolies, inaction on environmental issues, education for profit, property hoarding, selling off our resources to foreign corporations and countries, whilst keeping us on a double-headed cuck leash between an incestuous family of royals and the world leaders in death by toddler shootings still expect us to die to protect their super, these cunts must be fucking high. Experts say younger generations have never had more power to enact change than they do right now, because what else are the decision makers going to do when shit hits the fan? Call up a bunch of boomers to lose again?
Bit of satirical stuff, but everything he said was dead right.
Yeah, that's the crazy part.
They want to, send you off to war, guys, to come back. It's just not happening. Okay, it's not. It's not going to happen. That's what they're pushing for.
That's
anyway.
It. All right, we have a big problem here, Dave, and I don't know what we can do to solve this. So, Tassie speed cams are being used less after arson attacks. I don't know why that people would be setting them on fire when they're so handy to stop speeding and keeping you safe.
That's illegal, guys. You understand that that's destruction of government property? I mean, you think we had Blade Runners in Tasmania or something, But anyway, Yeah, fire runners will do. Fire runners will do if fire runners are needed. But I mean, yeah, you know, I just want to let you know that, you know, those things don't like, you know, blow torches or, you know, fire or
Don't
numerous
put them
other
anywhere
things.
near it.
No.
All right, and the other thing is, too, TAFE has put out a call. So the 22nd of September will be the 3rd anniversary of the shooting at the Shrine. And he believes that we should make this an annual date on which to gather to remember all the wild abuses the government committed. So he's put out a thing on Facebook. So, guys, get over there and give him some suggestions, because I actually think it's a good idea.
Yeah, well done, Toph. Get into it.
All right. I can't remember what this clip is. I'm sorry. Let's bring it in.
Questions tonight over defence security measures
that's
after
right.
an army truck was stolen and vandalised. Jordan Bissell, where was it taken from?
Well, Max, that's one of the many things investigators won't tell us, but this is where it was found dumped in the car park of the Mitchelton Youth Club. Staff working at surrounding businesses say they saw the truck here for the first time this morning. It had been spray painted with crude slogans relating to last night's State of Origin game. Now, today it's been a bizarre back and forth with authorities for details. The Australian Defence Force only confirming it's investigating and saying further inquiry should be directed to the Queensland Police Service. Well, the QPS says the ADF is handling the investigation. The Enoggera barracks are nearby, but tonight it's unclear where it was taken from. And the big question, how did someone steal an army truck, Max?
You tell me how someone gets into a barracks with our army. This is our defence forces and steals their truck. This is fucking Hogan's Heroes, mate. It's Hogan's Heroes, I tell you.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
I see nothing.
We've got a lot of really interesting stuff. Now, this is, I think it's an Al Jazeera report, but they're actually reporting, and it's not been on any other news except international news, that there's been a multitude of attacks.
Synonymous with chaos. As of today, you could say the same about American politics. It's in serious turmoil, in large part because of the assassination attempt on Donald Trump. It has sparked a security nightmare, and the fallout is scary. In the last 24 hours, a series of events have unfolded at the Republican National Convention. One man was shot dead just 2 blocks away from the convention venue. 2 knives were recovered from him. In a separate incident, the local police arrested a man. He was trying to approach the convention venue with an AK-47. The rifle had a full magazine, and the man carrying it was wearing a ski mask. He did not have a permit to carry the gun. The weapon was found hidden inside a large backpack. The man was trying to conceal it. But what was he doing with an AK-47, and that too near the Republican convention? We're waiting to hear from the investigators, but clearly the security threat still persists.
Now,
That was at the RNC. I hadn't known that, and that chick there is always on the ball, Kaz. What she puts out is pretty correct, man.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Because I haven't heard anything, and I've scoured the internet for more information, and nothing. She's been the only one reporting it. But yeah, so I don't know whether they're sitting on it because they don't want people to panic and leave the RNC or what. Now, Charlie Kirk has actually been contacted by some secret spy business or intel or whatever, and this is what he had to say.
I just talked to a couple senators who received a confidential briefing. The new reports are demonstrating and showing that the United States Secret Service had eyes on the would-be assassin 62 minutes before the events unfolded. In fact, they identified him. They did not approach him. They did not talk to him. He was walking around with a rangefinder. That's what it's called, right, Dan? A rangefinder and a backpack. Nobody confronted him. Then 18 minutes before the shooting occurred, they lost sight of him, and no one thought to say, hey, let's go find him or try to pull Trump off stage. They allowed Donald Trump to go on stage while this maniac, who they identified, was nowhere to be seen. And remember, there was no drone reconnaissance, there was no helicopter support. The building was already identified as being a potential threat.
We'll leave it there, but somebody's done a breakdown of the shot. So now I don't know how accurate it is, but thought I'd bring it in anyway.
I see something that said, take a look what happened. Take a look what happened.
Check up.
Which is interesting. And also, Tom Fitton from Judicial Watch, he's done a FOIA request from Butler County Sheriffs, and they were not wearing body cameras.
Yeah. Yep, there is so much coming out about it. Yeah, hang on, what's the guy doing with the ladder here? He's with the and the AR-15 hanging off his shoulder, Dan. You know, yeah.
Well, I'm glad you said that because the memes have started. Well, still going, actually ongoing. When the feds finally come after me for my memes, there's a guy hiding on a sloped roof. And of course, the Babylon Bee, they've weighed into it as well, and
Steve Bremer's saying that was a fake video, wrong side of his cap showing. But anyway, I haven't looked into it yet. I didn't even seen it. So anyway.
Okay. Donald the Orange returns triumphantly as Donald the White. So yeah, the memes are still just ongoing, and they're really very clever. But the interesting thing is about it, listen very carefully to this.
Network. We're only reporting it because that's, it is news to report.
We want you to be aware.
Yeah.
He is still the president of the United States.
Yeah. And I've mentioned before the fake president, and I'll say it again. He's the fake president. We should have President Trump in right now. At the end of the day, he should be wrapping up his second term. But we're looking for a win here in 24, as we are 1 second away from going.
Now, her place was priceless in that, but now we have this, and with the state election, this is actually out of Georgia. Down the bottom here, it's marked in red, and it says this matter is in the violation found category. So the matter involves allegations that were investigated by experienced investigators. That's the state election board out of Georgia. So we now have pretty much all of the battleground states have said that there was fraud.
We know there's fraud. We know there's a lot more than just fraud. Fraud's just the tip of the iceberg here.
Tip of the iceberg, that's it.
Fraud's not even, anyway.
All right, show contributor and friend of the show, Beck Freedom. She has put together all of the notices and into a video so everyone knows what's upcoming.
I like this, guys. Air Force One.
We encourage you to get down there and show your support. First up, we've got Mondays at Maggie's in Sydney at the Governor's House. Every Monday from 11 a.m, Macquarie Street, Sydney, New South Wales. Join in. Slowly their numbers are growing. It would be great to see their numbers grow even more. If you are new to the freedom movement and you aren't aware, in Canberra they also gather every day at 10 a.m. at the National Rock Gardens. At 12 p.m. Saturday 20th of July, Melbourne Justice for the People Public Information Rally. These guys gather every Saturday at 12 p.m. at the Old Treasury Building in Melbourne. The Justice for the People rally will also be joining up with the Forest of the Fallen at Yarra Park Wellington Parade at 12:30 p.m. Setup starts. If you can get down there, give them a hand as well. Also on Saturday 20th of July in Rockhampton, we have the Terror Australia States Assembly. 10 a.m, I think that's meant to say, till 12 p.m. at the Ready Function Room at the Red Lion Hotel, 138 Denham Street, Rockhampton. On the 23rd of July 2024, Gippsland People's Council presents Nicola Charles, the White Rabbit podcast. At 7 p.m, $5 entry at door. Location is the Latrobe Special Development School, 146 Lydiard Road, Traralgon. The Solidarity Movement of Australia presents an evening with former Senators Rod Culleton and Len Harris. The Truth About Land and Property Titles, Wednesday 24th of July 2024, doors open 7 p.m. for a 7:30 p.m. start at the Polish House in Rover. On Thursday 25th of July, join the fight back. Craig Kelly, Councillor Steve Christou and Anne Curry invite all to a night of policy discussion with Rosemary Marshall, otherwise known as Renegade Rosie, coordinator of Forest of the Fallen, which aims to awaken people about Australia's injured and killed by the COVID injections. Once again, that's at 7 p.m, Thursday 25th of July at the Guildford Leagues Club in New South Wales.
Rosie.
On Thursday the 25th of July, we have Reinstate the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Australia. Former Senators Len Harris and Rod Culleton are coming to my place, Cranbourne and Berwick. Start time for the event is 7 p.m. and the address is 94 Victor Crescent in Narre Warren.
Where's
Then
Rosie?
in early August, we've got the Sydney Knife Show, which is presented by the Australian Knife Art Association, 10th to the 11th of August, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Get your tickets. Those knives that you see there are made by one of our own, Kev Newton, so go and show him some support if you can. And last but not least, we have some important upcoming court dates for August the 19th at the Newcastle District Court for Pastor Paul, and August 26th at the Brisbane District Court for Patrick O'Dea. Get down to those if you can. There's another one in October 14th as well, but that's still a while away. Thanks, guys.
And thank you, Beck. Awesome.
Thanks, Beck.
So now, yeah, sorry, go.
No, I just said thanks, Dickie. Yeah, it's all right. You don't get the joke. You weren't here.
Okay.
Carry on.
Very good. All right, so we got. I think what we'll do is, what did I want to play? The Biden impersonator. Oh my God, this is hilarious. I think you sent this one over.
Yeah, this is classic. This guy's
joke.
good.
Look, folks. You like bring back better. Bring out democracy. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. Look, look, folks. You don't think bring back better. First, you're gonna stop. Oh, it's dog-faced pony soldier. Dog-faced pony soldier here. Look at you talking to that jack, not joking around, laughing at this. It's serious. It's got serious. Bro back better. First, you're gonna stop. Stop. Systematic racism. I wrote the damn bill, $800 trillion billion. All right, 1954. I burn my garage. Craig Carey. You know the thing. Work that. You know the thing. There we go, Jack. That's the good stuff. That's the good stuff right here. We're bringing back jobs. We're the first blind airline pilot. Not a joke. That's what's going on. Stop.
Anyway, when have you ever seen a president give so much material for a comical play, guys? You know, I mean, the comedians could just run amok with it, and they are. You know what I mean? But I mean, the amount of actual, you know, like I always said, if Seinfeld didn't do Seinfeld, I would have done Seinfeld. So I had a lot of material too. But I mean, that's an easy job to be a comedian when you got a clown like that actually giving you that much material to work with. You know what I mean? And they're taking the piss out of him, guys. That was a pretty big event there. So yeah, I think it's brilliant. You know, it's brilliant. It's brilliant for the normies out there.
All right, we've got lots of unrest, civil unrest in the UK, and this is actually an island first.
On, it's up in smoke. The place is done with. Up the Killock. Done with it. End of story. Game over.
So what they're doing is they're actually setting fire to the buildings where the immigrants are meant
Where
to
the
be going
migrant
to.
housing. Yep.
That's right. So, and a lot of those are hotels as well, I think, that have been set aside.
Yep. They're just
also,
taking them out.
Yeah, but there's also civil unrest in the UK, as we can see here. So
watch the Irish, guys. Watch the Irish.
Well, it's also happening. The Poles are actually basically weighing into it as well. So the Polish MP, she has basically taken to task von der Leyen and made her accountable for her efforts to destroy Europe. She actually says in her speech that you are responsible for every rape, every assault, every tragedy caused by the influx of illegal migrants, and you should go to prison. Go, girl.
It's great. We got more and more people. There's more stuff going on. It's just, you know, unreal. You know, like we got the Brunson report sitting in the background too, guys. Don't forget. Right, the Brunson case, as far as I'm concerned and the info I've got, it's already been adjudicated on. It just hasn't been made public yet, but it was adjudicated on last year. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff sitting in the background that, you know, it will come out when the time is right, you know, and the scene's getting set, guys. But I'm telling you, the bumpy road is ahead. Yeah, I've never told you any different, and it is going to get bumpy.
These next two clips have got to do with our health. One is the vaccine and the vegetables.
All the food that's a vaccine.
You recognize? Yes, sir. University of California, Riverside has already perfected the ability to put human vaccines into our lettuce right now. Also, tomatoes has the ability to do that also for UC Berkeley. And then Big Tobacco, RJ Reynolds and stuff has perfected the ability to put a human vaccine into tobacco products.
Chairman Clements? And is that even legal to do in the state of Tennessee, to sell those with a vaccine in them?
You recognize? Well, I'm not arguing that point. What I'm saying is there is no law deeming those that when you go into a grocery store, you should know as a consumer, this head of lettuce is a head of lettuce. The head of lettuce right next to it could contain a vaccine in it.
Listen, you need to be growing your own veggies, all right? You need to have that, you know, that really fine cloth over the top, guys, okay, right, to keep the chemtrails and that off them, all right, so they're not absorbing it. You need to have copper grounding, all right, in there, and watch the difference, guys. Everyone needs to start getting this done, guys. If you start growing your own food and nothing happens and it all turns around our way, what have you lost? Nothing. You just don't have to buy some food. You know what I mean? But I tell you, if everything goes to shit, guys, and here's the perfect example on this evening show with Microsoft going down, okay, or Microsoft-related stuff, that, you know, unless you want to have some veggies in your garden. You know, you want to have a couple of chooks that are disobeying the rules and keep them hidden so that people don't ring Crime Stoppers on them. But that'll be it. You won't be able to keep your chooks without someone ringing Crime Stoppers or stealing them. You know, it'll be chook and theft everywhere. But guys, you know, yeah, all jokes aside, it's going to get serious. All right, listen to me. It is going to get serious. Whether this is the start of that serious or not, I don't know. I can't tell you, but I can tell you that these guys are going to keep whacking it out, and it is going to get serious, guys. All right. So
that's it. All right, this second one is a doctor on the pineal gland. It's a little bit hushed at the beginning, but it's worthwhile persevering with it.
Predicted, you know, that towards the end of last century and the beginning of this century, there will be a movement driven by big corporations to take the soul away from people, to disconnect people from the higher world. And in order to do that, we have to destroy the pineal gland in people. And I followed the research on that, and amazingly what we found, the pineal gland is the most sensitive part of our central nervous system. It is highly, highly, highly sensitive to four things: aluminum, glyphosate, fluoride, and Wi-Fi. And we are the only country in the world that
highly sensitive to those four things.
Wi-Fi,
yep, as well.
Yeah, guys, you got to be doing stuff.
Glyphosate, fluoride, Wi-Fi, and aluminium. Or
I'd like to thank someone. I'm not going to name him, all right, but yeah, and I'm really humbled. But see these guys, all right, they're called grounding shoes. Okay, see the pins in the bottom of them. All right, and thank you very much to the bloke you'll be watching that sent them, man. I really appreciate it. I love you, brother. You're an absolute legend. Stop. Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much, mate. You know what I'm like, but yeah, I really appreciate them. I've been wearing them for a few days now, and along with the grounding sheet, yeah, hopefully making a difference, guys. You got to start looking after yourself, people.
That's it.
Thanks for them.
All right, look here. This is the enhancing the weather governance of the weather modification activities in Australia. We sometimes don't get around to a lot of the chemtrail stuff. But this is actually like yeah, it's just all here. Like it's not even hidden, and I don't even understand. You know, this is from the University of Tasmania. So weather modification by cloud setting refers to technologies intended to manipulate the weather at a local scale. Look, for all of the people that say it doesn't exist, just go into the weather weapons treaties, okay? The countries have had weather weapons treaties for 20, 30, 40, perhaps even as long as 50 years. So don't say that it's not being done, because it is.
Guys, it's all about. Thanks, Neil. You're a friggin' legend, brother. Yeah, look, it's all about frequency, guys. You know what I mean? When it all comes down to it, right, it is all about, I'm going to go into it now, right? We do it on Spaces, we talk about it and that, but it's all about frequencies, and these guys are whacking you around, all right? And that stuff's true about your pineal gland, all right? And you've got to be able to sort of, you know, if you can at least get rid of 3 of them, all right, you're not going to get rid of the Wi-Fi at the moment, because we're all just stuck in that area. You know, it's everywhere, all right? But if you can eliminate the other 3, what a great start. You know what I mean? So, you know, you got to pick your battles here, guys, all right? But, yeah, Cats and I have been sick for days. Yeah, Melissa? You know, we've seen it here, mate. When they hit me and Mel, and they've hit the dogs have been, and the cat's been hit too. Yeah. They're sick at the same time.
Boiled chicken and pumpkin every night. That's all I feed them now.
Yeah, boiled chicken and pumpkin. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, guys, you know, it's on. All right. They want your soul, guys. All right. And you're fighting back. Humanity's fighting back. We're seeing it worldwide. All right. We're all getting involved with each other in every country. We're all talking to each other. We're planning. We're doing this, doing that. They hate it. We're getting spiritual. We're bringing God into it. You know what I mean? And this is what they hate, guys. And this is why they're going to come at you really hard. All right. Because they have to.
Can I just chime in there too? Look, one of the things that they've written about for years in their own writings is the mindset, the positive. You know how we always talk about the raising your vibrations? Well, they actually, how they refer to it is that their stuff, all of the stuff that they're throwing at us, can be overcome by us, by like our mindset, by actually, like, you know, having a focus of a really good, clear, positive future and praying, you know. So I just wanted to chime in on that one.
Yeah, no, you're right, Kaz. Stay in the discussion, mate. You know, and look, it's hard, guys. You know, like, you know, I'm dealing with stuff. You know, you know it. You can see it on screen, all right? It doesn't make me happy, but we just got to all deal with shit, all right? Because shit's going to get thrown at you, all right? But, hey, you're going to get through it. You know, seriously, you are. You know, so, you know, we just got to, you know, put in the effort, guys, all right? Look after each other.
And pray to God.
And pray. That's it. You know, you saw how El Salvador was brought back. You know, the president answered Tucker straight up, mate. We prayed. That was as basic as that. We prayed. You know, and the world's coming together, guys. All right? It is coming together. All right? And the good Lord's got his hand on it. But I'm telling you, he's going to shake the tree, man. Or the devil's going to shake the tree. You know why? Because if you're sitting on the fence, you haven't got balance. Okay? And when he shakes it, you are gone, man. You're going to tip. Okay? And the only way to fight this thing is on your feet, right? Not on your back, because you've been tipped off the fence, right? It's on your feet, on the front foot. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to let you know straight, guys, all right? There is no more time for sitting on a fence, because the devil owns the fence. And you are in the devil's war right now, right in the pits of it, guys, on the front line. All right, but guess what? We got it. Find God, lose fear, walk forward. Okay, get out on the weekend, be a difference. You want to change the world, change yourself. Go out tomorrow. Go, guys.
And your job as a citizen reporter for us is to shoot 30 seconds. Okay, just
everything.
Who, what, where, when, why, how. Okay, just I'm here at Forest of the Fallen, and this is where we are. Okay, and just do it 30 seconds. That's all it is. So we've actually got Dusty Star taking us out tonight, and that is thanks very much. Compliments of Chick Fenton. She filmed this last weekend at the Freedom Rally gathering.
Thanks, Blaine. That's a good comment, mate. I didn't realise how I said that, but yeah. Anyway, the good Lord's got his hand on our life in this war, guys, is what I meant. But I'll take the funny side of it. And so will God, man. Yeah, you think God hasn't got a sense of humour? He's using me. He's got a sense of humour, all right. Or otherwise I wouldn't be here. Anyway, have a great weekend, guys. To the Forest of the Fallen, to anyone who's out there doing something, which is all of you, because you're all a bunch of friggin' legends. All right. Get out there and do it, guys. See you on Monday night. Good night.
Good night, guys.
Go the Blues.
This song is called Epic. About a journey, a very important journey. Convoy to Canberra, tell them we're on our way. We got a message for the capital, people got things to say. Lockdowns, mandates, segregation, human rights abuse, to breach our constitution. Yeah, well, we got news to you. This is epic. We're coming your way. Yeah, this is epic. We're gonna stay. Reporting by the thousands, nights and days, by the weeks, and the politicians then, as we shook them from their feet, calling out demands to a government gone the rain, shouting out demands, singing, we're not gonna take it, this is epic. We're coming your way. Yeah, this is epic. Gonna stay. We shared our thoughts, we shared our food, we made friends in the queue. We hugged and planned and took the hand from all the corners of the land. The music played and signs were made for freedom, peace and love. The march of social distance, yeah, yeah, yeah. We are the resistance. This is epic, and the people are awakened to the hoax. The criminal politicians are being exposed. This is epic. And we walk through the streets for love for our country, and we stand together in solidarity. Yeah, this is epic. We're coming your way.